Hello everyone, you're watching The Drop. I'm your host Usman.
Hi, I'm Hammad.
This is Asad.
Guys, we had an amazing week of football with Liverpool coming up really strong against Barca in a historic comeback, and Spurs came up strong against Ajax in what was truly a battle of the nerves. Guys, I know you want to really go into the Liverpool-Barca game, but let's talk about Ajax versus Spurs. Asad, Ajax essentially didn't play a bad game, right?
I think they just turned it off in the second half. They went totally sloppy. If you look at the goals Tottenham scored, the first one, it's a good goal. The second one, the keeper fumbled. He made a brilliant save, but in the follow-up, he simply fumbled. And in the 96th minute, if you look at that goal again, I would once again say that it was a bit sloppy defending on Ajax's part. So in the second half, they were just rusty. It was bad football from Ajax.
But won't you agree that this Ajax side was truly destined for greatness? Was this a case of them not being mature enough right now?
Exactly, that's what it was. I mean, I felt so gutted for this Ajax side because they were the most young and exciting team this entire Champions League season. And you can't deny that the level of excitement this team brings to the table, and exactly on the point of their maturity. This is the lesson they learned the hard way. You don't just switch off, because they were, you can imagine this team's frame of mind. They are coming into the second leg, their captain just gives them the lead. The second goal is a belter which makes them believe, okay, this is the goal with which we are going into the final.
Absolutely.
It was a belter.
Talking about goals, there was absolutely no shortage of goals in the Liverpool versus Barca game. When we look at this game 10 years from now, would we remember a very good Liverpool side or a very weak Barcelona side? Hammad?
I think we'll remember both, because Barcelona have always been known as this extreme big giant in European football. But Liverpool have just been amazing. They've completely blitzed Barcelona in the entire match. They were steamrolled throughout the game, and even the manager himself said this. I think that this has been one of the most historic comebacks at Anfield, and it'll be one of the games that we'll be remembering and talking about for years to come.
Asad, you want to add something along the lines of the lineups? People missing out. Salah was a huge miss. Firmino was a huge miss. But
honestly speaking, I think that played in Liverpool's favour. It took the pressure right off the team. They were relentless. This side that came out, any player you look at them, Shaqiri was brought in as a replacement, but he was relentless. Sometimes you see, it's not always about strategy. In football, you can't always rely on that. And this is what we have seen this week. At the end of the day, you have to show heart. Liverpool and Spurs, they showed heart. And that's the intent, the desire they showed to win. It was all about whether, and even if you look at the scenes, it's like, it's something straight out of, a Game of Thrones script.
I can sense the true Liverpool fan coming out of you. But let's move on. We've got much better things to discuss. This is an English final after a decade. The last one I remember was Manchester United versus Chelsea in 2008. Speaking about the English teams, the Premier League is going really strong right now. We're reaching the end this week. What do you guys think? Who's going to tip it to the title?
Personally speaking, I hope it's Manchester City, because I'm not really a fan of Liverpool. Their fans annoy me. But Pep Guardiola is an inspiration for me. His football and how he wants to play the game is fantastic. I really love it. So I'd really be cheering for Pep, and hopefully he can make this count. By the way, this is going to be the first season that a team that has reached 94 points and more won't win the league.
Absolutely.
If that is the case, because
Asad, do you think Liverpool have a chance this weekend?
I believe now, because last week I said it's all over, the Premier League is over, but what we have seen this week with all that is going on, I just feel that instinct that maybe City may drop a couple of points in a draw in an away last game.
Before we wrap up, quick predictions, Hammad, of the Premier League title on the weekend.
Manchester City to win the title by beating Brighton 2-1. And Liverpool to obviously defeat Wolves, but going
Asad, I think you're hoping for a miracle.
I am. I'm going for City, a 1-1 draw, and a 2-0 win for Liverpool.
If there's anything that we've learned from this week, it's that miracles do happen. Hope you enjoyed the show, and join us next week for The Drop. Bye-bye.